everybody, it's Katie, and today's flow is 20 minutes to come into alignment with your soul. It is far too often that we get off track with who we are and what we truly need. And the amazing thing about us is that we have a soul inside that is ready to guide us when we allow it to. Yes, you know what you need, you know what feels good, and coming into alignment allows you to flow. So this yoga practice is all about coming into alignment, taking that time to find what feels good in your body so that you can find what feels good while you connect and align with your soul. So without further ado, let's get started. Let's begin the practice today by lying on your back. Allowing the arms to rest by your side above the head. The legs to rest here, and just taking some deep breaths. Allowing yourself to breathe in the natural rhythm of your breath. Inhale and exhale. Coming into the mindset here that you know what is best. Connecting to that inner self. And allowing that inner self to guide you in your practice today. Knowing that in every moment you may feel differently. And coming into alignment with your inner self will bring ease, peace, and a balance. Breath in and breath out. And begin to scan your body here, starting with the feet and the toes, moving into the ankles, the calves, the knees, and just noticing anything you feel. And coming into the thighs, front and back, into the pelvis, the hips here, the glutes, and into your core, the belly, the low back. Moving up a little to the ribs and the middle back. And then to the chest, the front of the chest, the upper back, and the shoulders. And down the arms, the upper arm, the elbow, the lower arm, the wrist, the hands and the fingers. And then your neck, front and back, the face, the head, the skull, eyes, the nose, the mouth, the ears. And take a deep breath in here, allowing that breath to touch every corner of your body, from fingers to toes, top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. Exhale, let it go. And then gently lifting the knees into the chest here. Allow those fingers to interlock over top. As you inhale, lifting the head towards the knees. And as you exhale, lengthen out, full body stretch here. Pressing the hands and feet away from each other. Allowing the body to lengthen here and just noticing anything you feel. As you come into that connection with the self and coming into alignment with what you need and what feels best for you. And lift those knees back into the chest here. Fingers interlock over top. Rock and roll front to back 3 times. And then allow yourself to come to seated, a comfortable seat here. So that means whatever feels comfortable for you. It doesn't have to look like what it looks like for me or what it looked like for you yesterday. A comfortable seat is what feels good for you in this moment. And just begin to roll the head here, loosening up the muscles of the neck. Allowing yourself to listen. To listen to that inner self. And just noting anything that arises here. Allow the head to roll in the opposite direction. Just listening. Maybe nothing comes up and maybe something does. But we are releasing the need to control anything here and just coming into what feels good. Coming into that space of alignment. And bring the head back to center. Taking a deep breath in. Open the mouth, let it go. Releasing with your exhales. Any judgments, any shoulds and should nots, and just coming into that space of you. Take those hands, bring them onto the mat, swing the feet behind you, coming into a tabletop here. Allow the big toes to touch and widen the knees out. We're going to take that right hand, reaching it high to the sky. And then drop it down through that left side, coming into a threaded needle here. Taking the left hand, reaching it to the sky. Fingers spread wide. Now allow yourself to play around with that top arm. Do you want the hand to reach high? Do you want to bring it down to the mat above the head? Do you want to bring that top hand behind your back? Allow yourself to play around a bit here and to find what feels good for you. Letting that inner self guide you. Knowing that alignment can change from moment to moment, practice to practice, day to day. And then wherever that top hand is, we're going to slide it next to the face, lifting back. Right hand reaches high. And drop it back down into your tabletop. And we'll switch sides. Left hand reaches to the sky. And bringing it down through that right side, threaded needle here. Again, play around with that top hand. Do you want to reach it forward above the head? Do you want to lift that hand up towards the sky? Do you want to bring it behind the back? Play around with what feels good for you. Allowing that inner self to guide you. Breathing here. Wherever that top hand is, we're going to bring it down to the mat next to the head. Pressing up, left hand reaches high. And bringing it back down to the mat into that tabletop. We're going to curl the toes under here. Gently lift those knees, hover. And as you exhale, lifting up into your downward dog. Taking your time as you find that downward dog. Allowing the feet to come to a width that feels good for you. Maybe they're hips width apart. Maybe they're a mat's width apart. Allowing yourself to play around with that placement of your feet in downward dog. Maybe you pedal the feet, bending the knees, moving the hips. Your inner self is your guide. And coming into alignment with that inner self will create that feeling of ease. It will allow your life balance to flow, and it will open you up to your inner peace. You ultimately know what you need, and you know what is best. Trust in yourself. If you've got those legs moving, bring them back to stillness. And then we're going to gently step our feet forward, and we're going to rise all the way up to mountain pose, letting those arms reach high. And dropping the hands into heart center. Taking a deep breath in. Exhale, letting it go. Releasing all expectations with your exhale. Allowing yourself to be just who you are, aligned with that truth. When you're ready, take that right foot, lift it up, knee comes in towards the navel. Hold it 3, 2, and 1. Then stepping back to warrior 2. Arms open out here like a T, shoulders relax. Allowing the tailbone to press towards the mat and really playing around here. Maybe move that upper body around a bit. Find where warrior 2 feels good for you. We'll take a few breaths here as you play around, adjusting any part of that pose that you need to. We're going to make our way into side angle, bringing that front elbow down to the thigh. And you can allow that top arm to reach high. You could reach overhead. Wherever you are, finding what feels good for you. Maybe your arm stays on the leg. Maybe you drop that bottom hand down to the mat, extending here. Breathing. Trusting in that inner guidance and finding what feels good for you. When you find that goodness, you're stepping into alignment. And then let's find those feet and lift back up to warrior 2. Flipping your front palm to reverse, gaze high. And then we're going to cartwheel the hands down to the mat. Take the back foot onto the toes here. Keep that back knee lifted if you can. If not, drop the knee down. Remember, find what feels good for you. This is your practice and your time. When you're ready, we're going to take that left hand, reaching it up towards the sky. Taking that deep breath in. Exhale, releasing anything you need to in this moment. And then bringing that hand back down to the mat. Take the back foot, step it forward. Allowing the upper body to melt down here. Letting the head, the neck, and the shoulders release towards your mat. Using your breath here to release anything that no longer serves you. Clearing those blocks and stepping into that alignment with your true self, with your soul. Trusting and knowing in this moment that you know what's best. You know what you need. You know what feels good and what does not. And with your next inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. And rise all the way up, mountain pose, reach high. Hands dropping into heart center. Taking a grounding breath here, inhale. Exhale, let it go. When you're ready, lifting that left knee up towards the navel. Holding it here for 3, 2, and 1. And then we'll step it back to warrior 2. We're opening to the side here, arms open out to a T. Allowing the back toes to point towards the side of the mat. Again, play around here with that upper body, with the arms, with any part of that pose. You could sway. Just kind of feeling what feels good for you. The placement of your torso, of your hips, your knee, your arms. Come into that alignment for yourself. We'll take a few breaths here as you play and discover. And we're going to take that front arm, drop the elbow down to the thigh. Allow that back arm to reach high or overhead. And if you want to extend that side angle, bringing that bottom hand down to the mat, you can. Remember, this is your practice. Play around and find what feels good for you. Allowing that goodness to flow in your body, to flow in your mind, to flow in your soul. To be in that alignment for yourself. Breathing here. And then finding those feet and lifting back up, warrior two. Flip that front palm to reverse, gaze high. And cartwheel those hands down to the mat. Back foot turns onto the toes here. Now you can keep that back knee lifted or drop the back knee down. Finding what feels good for you. When you're ready, we'll lift that right hand towards the sky, twisting open here and twisting out anything you need to in this moment. Breathing deeply here. And then bringing that hand down to the mat. Taking that back foot, stepping it forward, coming into a fold here. Upper body melting down. Take your hands around your legs, giving yourself a hug. Showing yourself love. As you come into that alignment, as you trust yourself to find what feels good, you create that ease of breath. You create an ease of balance. When you come into alignment, you allow yourself to flow. You have that power inside of you. You have a true self, a soul in there that is ready to guide you if you allow it. And the moment you stand in that trust, the moment you align with who you are, with your soul, everything else will flow with ease. As you inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rising all the way up, mountain pose. And drop those hands to heart center. Taking a grounding breath here, big inhale. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, hands press to the sky, gaze high. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring those hands down to the mat. Step your feet back. And come all the way down to the belly here. Allowing the hands to come out to the width of the mat here. Inhale, lifting the heart. And exhale, lower. Continuing at your own pace. Inhale, lifting. And exhale, lowering. Allowing yourself to move and breathe with your breath in that natural rhythm that feels good for you. Opening the heart, opening the spine. Standing in that trust for yourself. Continuing for a few more breaths here. And with that next inhale, lifting the heart. Exhale, bend the knees, child's pose. Melting down to the mat here. As you come into your child's pose, you can keep the knees together. You can widen them out to the mat. Finding what feels good for you here. And honoring yourself. Bowing down to your soul here, to that truth within. Affirming in this moment, when I come into alignment with my soul, life, balance, flows. I trust myself. I choose to align with who I am. I am me. I am aligned. I choose to flow with ease. Taking a few more breaths here. And you have two options here. You can pause the video and come into Savasana for as long as you feel you would like. Or you can begin to rise up, making your way to a seated position of your choice. Bringing your hands to heart center. May you remember that you know what you need. May you step into that alignment with your soul and allow yourself to flow. Namaste.